what's going on, everybody? Welcome into the Skywalker DFS podcast. If you guys are new, welcome. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Leave your boy a comment in the live comments. If you guys leave a comment in the live comments, we'll answer your questions. I'm very pumped up. We had an incredible day on Saturday. We're going to get into it. Sports betting education. Hook me up, guys. Hook me up. I'm always down to bring on other YouTubers on here, or whatever you want to come on here, that are legit. So I thought Cody reached out to me on Instagram and said, "Dude, I love your videos. Why aren't you doing promo codes?" So I'm like, "Okay, so this guy's legit trying to help me out." And he's like, "Dude, I got this system where you can make more on a freaking Saturday on college football than you've ever made, than most people will make in a month." I'm like, "What? Okay, fine. I'll freaking try it. You will see this dude's legit." Boys, we 15 G's in one day. 15 G's in one day. So I had to bring him on. He's a friend of mine. Before we do, we got to shout out the chat real quick. Pontoon Jody, welcome in. River Rat. Melissa, welcome in, Melissa. Michael, let's go, brother. Let's go. TY No Vanity, what's going on? Y'all ready? Without further ado, some of you may know him from MTV. Y'all know not only did he go on the show, he ran it and he won it, guys. Stranded on an island with $1 million. Reality, he hates being called this, but I'm gonna call him that anyway. Reality show star. Say that fast 20 times. We got sports betting education. Welcome in, Cody.
What's up, on, man? Brother? That was a crazy intro, man. That was good. Yeah, man, you said a lot of stuff, but that was dope. I appreciate that whole intro, and it's all true too. So, and I don't mind reality TV star, man, because honestly, the way I came up, I loved playing sports. I didn't get the chance to play college sports. And what happened was, as soon as I realized, like, damn, I'm not going to be able to play college baseball, I was like, well, what can I do? Because I'm a competitor. I want to compete. And of course, I got big into sports betting at that time too. But then also, I was like, I'm going to win one of these TV shows. And people thought I was crazy when I was trying to get on them. Not only did I get on, but then just dominated. And I'm glad that you watched it, because not everyone that I meet watches it, but the people that do watch it, they're just like, holy cow, this is insane. Just because I had so much competitive drive, and I was 22 when that recorded, and I'm 30 now. So 8 years ago, that's crazy. It was a while ago, but that was like such a great accomplishment for me.
Yeah, dude. 40, how now compared that to boot camp, what would you say was tougher?
Well, definitely basic training in the Army, because basic training in the Army, it's fun looking back on, but it's not fun necessarily. You're having a lot of bad days where you're not doing the most fun stuff. Whereas on TV, it's going to air. So you're going to be on TV, and it's exciting to look forward to. So way easier for me doing that.
All right, cool, man. People are pouring in. Y'all welcome in Cody. Thank you, Melissa, for dropping all his links. Melissa's got you, Cody. She's dropping your Instagram, your
right
YouTube.
On.
Shout out to Melissa. Thank you so much. So how'd we do on Saturday, dude?
Wow, it's crazy, dude. You actually hopped on at the perfect day, but we had been running it up all year. And this is a strategy that I put together actually in college football during the bowl season last year. And it was crazy, bro. Like, the run I went on in December and January last year was just unbelievable. And I could not wait till football to get back. And this football season, I was like, I'm going hard. I'm going to nuke these apps, Underdog Fantasy, Prize Picks, and I'm just going to make as much money as possible. So I loaded $3,000 in. This is the start of the season. Ran it up to 13 grand my first week into football. And then I go to hammer them hard because I have all this house money week 2, and I'm limited. So on my YouTube videos, if you watch my free pick videos, you'll see I show people as often as I can that I'm limited. So I had this system. Another thing about me is I'm really an entrepreneur, and I love sports. I love investing. I love alternative investments. So naturally, I love DFS, and I live in Texas, so I'm on Prize Picks, Underdog, BETR, all those apps. And what I did this summer was I launched a coaching program for people that wanted to do what I do and what you do. And I coached these guys on how to build a page and how to make a living off of it. And for me, the last several years, I actually wasn't making a ton off of VIP picks. I was basically making all my money off of my winnings and then referring people to apps. Because in 2023, we're in this period of time where sports betting is being legalized, DFS is super hot. A lot of these apps are startup apps that raise money from venture capitalists, and then they use that money to acquire new users. So they'll pay somebody like myself or like Skywalker or like someone on TikTok, like they'll say, hey, we can pay you this much based on your following. We can, however many people you get to the app, we'll pay you this much. So I basically mastered that a few years ago, and I saw Skywalker's video. It was actually a freak way that I saw it because my channel got banned for 7 days. And then I saw he followed me as like one of my followers with over 10,000 subscribers. So I clicked the account, I subscribed back, I watched the video. I'm like, man, this is a good dude. I could tell the energy, he's a good dude. You guys all know that. And I was like, he doesn't have a promo code. This is crazy. Like, this guy could be making so much money if he just got a promo code. And all of his followers are signing up for the app anyways, so you might as well. So that's how we met. And then as we became friends, I was like, bro, you need to hammer the strategy I'm using because, you do you do NBA a lot right now. And yeah, last weekend, you had $2,600 going into the weekend on Friday. Using my VIP picks, you ran it up to 10K on Saturday. So 2,600 to 10K, and then 10K to 15K you have right now. You have 15K plus you have a lot of action for the Sunday picks, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I gotta make a confession. I know you told me not to play that much money, but I played a little bit more than what you told me to, and so yeah, it was a total of 15K.
Yep.
But and you know what, dude? The what picks hit was later in the evening, so I was a sweat all day, bro. But at first, like I said, like I'm gonna fill out this dude Cody, man. I'm gonna see if he's legit. So there's only one way to find out, and I found out, and that was only my first Saturday, dude, with you.
Yeah, 2,600 to 10K on Saturday. And what's so crazy about that, if you have it and you can pull it up, it's crazy. Prather on Maryland, the receiver on Maryland, and then Squirrel White on Tennessee. Either of those dudes had gotten one more catch, which they both should. The way they didn't hit was insane. I mean, we actually got unlucky on Saturday, and we net 92 units. And of course, I'm just grateful for you because I told you when I reached out to you to kind of brainstorm this idea, I was like, dude, the numbers I'm doing, whenever I advertise it, it does sound like a scam because there are so many people that scam with Prize Picks, selling picks. And I was like, I just need a third party to verify what I'm doing. And I'm so glad that you were able to be that third party because, you obviously are as legit as it gets. And I'm also thankful that we ran it up right away too, that first Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, dude, really, I was like, I'm gonna see if Cody's legit, and I took a chance. I mean, I didn't bet the house, I'm not, I'm okay financially, so I figured, what the heck, if I lose, I lose. But even if I would have lost that Saturday, you can't really judge someone on one Saturday. We just happened to hit that very first Saturday. You know what I mean? People get in the habit in this industry of they'll tell someone or get in someone's VIP and they'll lose one day and they're like, oh, this guy's trash. And then you go on a 5-day winning streak, and then all of a sudden you're the greatest person in the world to them.
Yep, no doubt. And I track all my stuff in my spreadsheet. It's super tedious, but I scroll through that in a lot of my videos. So you can really see how I get down. And I put down a lot of 5-man entries and a lot of 4-man entries. So we're risking 2 units to win 20 on the 4-mans and then 1 unit to win 20 on the 5-mans. And this is on Underdog. Underdog pays 20x on those. But yeah, dude, I mean, by the time I told you, you know, you'll be limited soon, and we don't know. We'll check and see going into this weekend if they put any limits on your account. But, you know, you run up 2,600 to 15 grand, any app is going to limit you. It's just the game that we're playing if you win too much too quick. But I told you going into Sunday, like, look, bro, you've got 10 grand of house money. What do we put down, 500 or 400? I think you put down 500 maybe on every play.
Yep.
And I was like, look, I know you normally don't put down 500 on every play, of course, but you're in a situation where you're up 10 grand. You were up about 10 grand going into Sunday, and we know they're going to ban you on Monday. The pattern is, I've seen so many accounts of my clients where they run up 10 grand and then they get banned. The pattern is we attack them Friday night. You got to think these people that work at these apps are 9 to 5, most of them, Monday to Friday. So I instruct the big VIP clients I have that have a lot of money, put it in on Friday night, lock everything in on Friday night once all the employees are out of the office. And then we run it up on Saturday. Then you have house money going into Sunday, and you go for the kill shot, because on Monday morning when they check, they get on their computer at the Underdog headquarters. This is all an Underdog fantasy that we've been killing it. They're going to freak out. They're going to see a new account that was opened on Friday, ran up 10 grand on the weekend, and they're going to limit you to where you can only bet like $10 a play or $50 a play. The limits are crazy. So we went for the kill shot on Sunday. And dude, I hope you can pull it up. If you can pull it up, you can show them how Sunday went for us. But we had a good day. You made $5,000 on your account. So you went from 10 grand to 15. But there were 4 plays, I think, that missed by 1. And your account easily could be 30 grand, 35 grand right now. And I'm happy that I helped you make 13, 14 grand in 2 days. But it is crazy to think that we really were close to having 35 grand in NFL, and then, you know, college football, there were a couple plays that could have hit that would have been massive as well.
Well, I just had it pulled up, and for some reason I closed. Let me show you guys.
You got to pull that thing up, man, because it's crazy to see your account right now with that much money in it.
So here it is. Let me see if the layout's correct. So hopefully y'all can see that. Let me see if I can make it.
Hey, we'll
keep it like that.
Show them that Houston Texans one, bro.
Dude, so you're going to see some losses, right? But the wins, so the Houston, look at it, 3 for 4 here. Would have won another 5,000 there. Got hooked there. Another one here. Tank Dell. So this one right here really hurt. Tank Dell had a pass at the very end of the game, right in the middle of his chest. Dropped it. That would have been another 5,000. So when you say we could have been up 30,000, you are correct. So this was on Sunday. This one hit for 5,000. I invested. How much did I invest on this one?
500.
$500. So like Cody said, I'm on house money right here. I'm on the church's money, right? So that was Sunday, but Saturday for me was because I don't play college football. I blindly tailed Cody here. This was one we hit. Bo Nix, Taj Washington, Lloyd Franklin, Caleb Williams, Tez Johnson. I know we got a lot of Georgia Bulldog fans in here, so go Dogs. Shout out to Melissa. So yeah, that one hit. This one hit. 4 picks to win a. The only reason why this one was lower is because I was only allowed to do so much in one day on this fantasy site on Underdog.
Oh wow! So they limited you, but not because you were winning. They just limit every new account to 500 per player.
Correct.
And I sent you a 5-man there. That's crazy, bro. Because that should have been more money.
It should have been a lot more money, dude.
Yeah.
And here's another one. This was for 5 grand. This was Sunday. That game was just back and forth.
That's the perfect game right there. That's the perfect game when you take all the overs. That's what you want to see.
And then, but it wasn't just me. So what I did too for my bring that down for my people in my Discord, my family members, I said, look, this young man Cody was kind enough to allow me to share the slips with you guys. So I shared them in the Discord. That's Cody for you, man. So that was on Saturday. What is now when you say unit to those that might be new in DFS props? What's a unit?
Typically, 1 unit is 1% of your bankroll. So if you set aside, like, say you set aside $1,000 for the season, and you're like, this is my $1,000. 1 unit would be $10, right? 1%. Now there's a couple of different ways to do it. You can do a percentage of your bankroll, and you can determine it. You can say, hey, 1 unit is 0.5%, or you can do a set dollar amount. And it's super important that you use units, because what will happen is we'll have a weekend like last weekend where I was up 99 units, right? So if your unit size is $100, you made $9,900. And then we'll go into this weekend, and what most people will do is they'll risk a lot more going into this weekend. Well, you don't want to do that. You want to risk the same amount, right? So what'll happen is maybe this weekend's a losing weekend, and they just got so much confidence that we won so much that they upped their unit size to, instead of $10 a unit, up to $40 a unit. And then they end up net negative, even though we actually have won more than we lost. But I'll be honest, for me right now, I've built up so much money that the name of the game is more so getting down as much as they'll let me. So I basically max out the limits that they'll let me. And the name of the game for me, honestly, is selling picks at this point, because I do max out on prize picks, but I'm literally banned from Underdog. And in my next video, I'll show you guys an email to show you guys the proof that I'm banned. When I log in, it sends an error message. So I completely can't be on. And it was actually funny recently. My wife was seeing how much success was on Underdog, and she just bets for fun. And she tried to make an Underdog account, and they actually had blocked her already. So I think she had one before, and they're like, if you have the same last name as me, you're probably in trouble. You probably can't get on Underdog. But yeah, man, that's how these apps operate a lot of times. And I have a lot of respect for Prize Picks and some of the other apps, because I understand they have to limit me because they can't just let me make millions off of their game. But at least Prize Picks will allow me to put down some money and have fun and make a little side cash. Whereas the way Underdog has handled my winning is just annoying. And it honestly fires me up, though, and it honestly has hurt them. They should just let me keep playing, because now I focused on my clients more and giving them instructions, and people like you, now I'm motivated to help you make over 10 grand in a weekend, because I know what they did to me, and I take that personal. And as a competitor, I'm going to make them pay for that, as long as I can and as bad as I can. And it's fun, dude. It's just fun to see all these people making money, and they're taking money from Underdog, those people that kicked me off their platform. So it feels really good. And then selling VIP picks, man. I mean, if you win like this, you can really run it up as well. So it's been a season that I'll always remember. I know that it won't always be this good, because eventually they'll change the rules of their game. And they actually have changed their rules this week. Now, I have some tricks up my sleeve, but they did change the rules. I don't know if you're aware of that or not. Did you see that?
No.
Yeah.
What's the new rules?
So do this. So here we go. Go to. Can you go to their website right now, or no? Maybe don't do that. Don't go to their website, because I think it might be against terms and service. Don't do that. But if you look at, or maybe you already were on it, I don't know. But if you look at what we did with, like, Oregon, for example, we did Bo Nix, their quarterback, with two of their receivers, Tez and then Troy Franklin. And if you were to do that this week, they would not let you do it. Yeah. We won so much money on Saturday that they have completely changed the rules of their game to prevent us from using the strategy. that killed them. And it's just annoying because they're in illegal battles with sports books right now and with Native American tribes saying that, oh, we're DFS, we're not gambling. And part of me wants them to be DFS so that I can play it in Texas, of course. And I think you should have the freedom to do any of these apps, right? But they're saying they're DFS in the courts. Well, if you're DFS, you're not going to change the rules of your game and you're not going to limit people and ban people. That's what a sportsbook does. That's what Vegas does. If you go in there and you start dominating blackjack, they'll say, hey, we don't want your business here. But never in the history of DFS, FanDuel, DraftKings, traditional DFS games, has anybody ever been banned for winning too much. So they say they're DFS, but they're acting a lot like sports books. And it's just interesting to watch the way they act whenever we win. And in their commercials and all these things, when they say in the courtrooms, when they're battling DraftKings and FanDuel sports books, they say, hey, we're just trying to make football more fun for the fans. Okay, well, what if it's fun for me to take the Oregon quarterback and the Oregon receiver? That's fun for me, but they don't really want us to have fun and they don't really want us to win money. So, I say all of this, guys. I personally have beef with Underdog, and I enjoy watching people like Skywalker just slaughter them and take money out of their bank account. But eventually, I'll run out of strategies, and I do have a few more ways that we can win with them. But eventually, that will come to an end, and it'll slow down because they'll patch the strategies and they'll change the rules to their game. And whether you think it's right or wrong, it's their app. That's how they can conduct business. And, there's things we can do like leave them 1-star reviews and stuff like that. But there's a window right now where we still have opportunity. It might be just this weekend might be the last weekend, or it might be a few more weekends, or maybe this will be the last year. But you guys got to hop on this stuff. And I'm not somebody that ever sells picks aggressively because usually there's chances that you can lose. And there's still a chance you can lose with this strategy. Over the long term, there's not, but over the short term, of course. So I never really sell too hard because I don't want to convince somebody to buy picks and then they lose. And then it's like I push them so hard. So I don't sell as hard as a lot of people you see on Instagram and stuff. But you guys just got to jump on and you got to try it out. I mean, Skywalker just ran up around 15 G's. And if you could pull up actually the plays that you have locked in right now, don't show the details, but just show what you have locked in, man, because you have quite a bit locked in going into next week. And I wanted to tell everybody that if they go to the links, I think the links are in the description box, but definitely after this video ends, we'll get the links in the description box. If you use promo code Skywalker, you're going to get a full month free, which is pretty sweet. And it's normally $15 a month. And then if you want the top tier, the rest of the season, the full rest of the season, it's normally $2,000. And you got to think, I know it sounds like a lot, but Skywalker just ran up 15 grand. So if he had paid me 2 grand for this, he would have already been up 15 the first weekend. But if you use promo code Skywalker on that $2,000 full season platinum package where you get all of the picks, the full card, then it's going to save 80%. So it'll bring it down to $400. So those are the two options. And I wanted to include a free option just so that everybody can get in on this. So that first month free, you'll get a taste of it, maybe 5 to 10 plays. And then the platinum, you get about probably 50 plays throughout the weekend. But yeah, dude, I'm just fired up because, I needed somebody to third party verify me just to say, look, this really works. And to see your account blow up that quick was freaking awesome.
Yeah, I'm happy to be that guinea pig, man. When I'm winning all that money with you, brother. Just amazing. So you brought your VIP from 2,000 down to $400.
Yeah. And, people are paying $2 grand going into the season. Of course, we're about halfway done. But also, I just want people to get in on this. And one thing that I do not ask of everybody, obviously, but of anybody who's down, if you end up getting the VIP for 400 and then you go make 10 grand or 5 grand, I like to interview my clients, just like Skywalker's live streaming with me right now. I like to interview clients. So if you go to my YouTube channel, you'll see interviews I've done with people that have had good experiences with my VIP. And it's pretty dope. Like at first I was doing it just to prove that I'm legit, but it's also fun to make friends with my clients because we are all like-minded. We're all trying to make money on these apps at the end of the day. So like we do have that in common. And then it's pretty crazy when I'm interviewing them, like just hearing what their life is, like what they do for a living, and then how much money they've made with me. I'm like, bro, they just ran up like a few months of income from their job just off of clicking buttons on this app. It's very fulfilling for me.
So do you have one specific story real quick on how you changed somebody else's life that maybe like had a, regular job and they just had a huge day with you?
Yeah. So I would say I had this one kid that was 19. He was a roofer. And he told me I said, if you made over $2,000 with me, I want to interview you. He's like, dude, I'm down. So I thought he had made like $2,000. Gets on the interview. I interview him. He says he's a roofer. He's like, dude, I started with $200 and I ran it up to $10,000. And I'm like, wait a second, bro. Obviously he wasn't sticking to units. He was going all in, but he went all in on a good day. And he ran up $10,000 from 200, which is that's the most insane story I've ever heard. That's insane. And I wish I'd asked him in the interview, but I asked him a couple weeks later. I was like, hey, bro, how old are you? And I didn't know this, but he was 19 years old. So I'm like, this kid just got out of high school. And after the interview, so when I interviewed him, he had gone from 200 to 10,000. The next weekend, he jumped from 10 to 20. And then they limited him. They cut him off. So he got 2 good weekends in. And I was like, man, this kid's 19 and he just made 20,000 off of, he found me. I'm just a guy on YouTube. That was nuts. But I always tell my followers, I'm super transparent with how I make money. I obviously don't make a massive amount off my own picks because I am limited and I'm banned from Underdog. But a lot of the money is in learning how to make content on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube and Twitter. And I actually launched that coaching program in the summer because this changed my life. And when I was I've been doing this for like 7 years, but I really blew up about 3 years ago when I tore my Achilles and I couldn't walk. And I had to figure out a way to make money because I couldn't do what I was doing before, which was door-to-door sales. So I was selling home security and solar panels, and I couldn't walk anymore. So I had to take a 4-month break from that. And I lost all my income because it was all commission. And I blew this up, and then it really changed my life. And I wasn't making a ton off of VIP. I wasn't really selling VIP last football season. I was making money off of promoting the app and people using my promo codes. So in the off season, I really do love helping others and sharing techniques I find of making money with others. And I've always just been wired that way. So in the off season, I launched a coaching program and I charged $2,000 for this program, $2,000 up front. And then once I help you make 10 grand, you pay 3 grand. So 5,000 total. And one of my students was in high school when he signed up, and I was on the call with him, and it was 2 grand. I was like, look, bro, he was like, I only have 2 grand. So I was like, look, dude, you can put 2 grand down, pay me the 3 grand, once I help you make money. And he was in high school. He's a senior. And that was the last week of school. So he had all summer working with me. And then this football season. And so far this season, he's made $160,000. And I actually have a good interview with him that's going to drop probably tomorrow on my YouTube channel. And that's what's super dope. Like if you're watching this video right now and you just love prize picks and you love NBA or NFL or whatever, like there's ways where you can take that passion and your knowledge. And even if you're not good enough at winning to sell picks, you can actually make content and literally get paid as an influencer from these apps to promote those apps. There's so many ways to get paid without selling picks and just making content and creating a community, which obviously if you win, it definitely helps. But That's like the greatest opportunity I see right now. Like, yes, you can make money for sure. If you buy my VIP picks, you'll make money, no doubt. But if you want to change your life and like actually quit your job, you're going to make side hustle money from the picks, good money, honestly, but it's not sustainable for 10 years, 20 years from now like that. But if what is sustainable is creating content, and if you are really passionate towards this, I actually don't have an offer right now for you, but I'm working on releasing that coaching program in a way that's a little less work on my end, but it worked well in the summer. I mean, my top student made 160 grand this season, and that to me has been the most impactful thing I've done in this space, pretty much.
Yeah, that's quite an impact, especially for a 19-year-old.
It's crazy, bro. It's kind of weird because it's kind of weird. And we were talking about this before the stream a little, like just how different things were before the internet and iPhones and stuff. And fortunately for me, I didn't hit my stride till I was about 27, 3 years ago. So I struggled, and I've lived the years of my life. I mean, the majority of my life poor, and, paying my bills, of course, and working and hustling. But I've lived a lot of years without money. So I'm really grateful that my journey led me to that, where things blew up for me in my late 20s. But this kid, I mean, he had a $10,000 month the month after he graduated high school. And then his best month, I think he hit 60 grand last month. And I'm like, this dude just graduated high school, man. But it's dope for me to see, because it's like, I made these videos in my course and I coach them one-on-one with friends. I'm like, man, that's crazy that I taught an 18-year-old how to make 60 grand in 1 month. Like, that's nuts.
Yeah, that'll do it. So a lot of people in the chat are asking, Cody, how can I sign up? How can I get in on your slips? What can they do, man?
I'm hoping there's links in the description of the video, but there's a couple links, and we'll get y'all the links. We'll put it in this. Is it already in the description, some of them?
I'm gonna put them after the show.
Yeah, we'll do it after the show, or you can go to my channel and click the link. But just use promo code.
They're on your. So if you go to your YouTube channel, everything's in your link, right?
Yeah, I put it in the description box of every video.
Oh, okay.
There's basically two options, and I got screwed over by PayPal recently, of course, and it's hard to sell. It's hard to sell picks, even though it is a good service. It's legit, and you're helping people with your knowledge and research. But for whatever reason, man, PayPal and all these payment processors, they don't like it. It's so stupid. I mean, what the world we live in, bro, there's so much dumb stuff. It's crazy. But anyways, I've got two options. So it's a little weird that there's two options, but there's one called Winnable, which is the gold. That's the gold membership. It's $15 a month. Plays will get sent directly to your phone. If you use promo code Skywalker, you get a full month free. So, I mean, there's no reason not to try it out using that promo code. And then the platinum option, where you get like 50 plays every weekend, everything that I'm personally putting money on, that is the $2,000, and it goes down to $400 with promo code Skywalker, and that's on Stand Store. So it's called Stand Store is the link. But just look for platinum option, and you'll see it in the description box of my latest video. And after we're done here, you can post it as well. But yeah, dude, it's gonna be good. I mean, this year, look, if I wasn't 100% sure that I would help people make money, I would say, look, we win some, we lose some. Just have fun with it and understand that there's risk. But at least by where the rules are right now, and if they change, I'll let people know. I'll send it out like, yo, guys, this method doesn't work anymore. But going into this weekend, we have a massive, massive mathematical edge to what we're doing in college football this weekend.
Yeah, college football, I know absolutely zero about. Absolutely nothing. And all I did was just blindly tell you, bro. That's what's great with getting in with Cody, you guys. I mean, even if you play $5 a slip, $10 a slip, I mean, this isn't just for people like me that did something, I took a big chance. You can play $10 a slip and use his method, and still, it's going to pay for itself.
Well, plus there's
Would
a
you
free
agree with
version.
that?
There's a free version too. So
Right.
you can do the free, the $400 promo. Like obviously that's the best way to go, because the reason I say it is because if they were to change their rules 2 weeks from now, and you say, hey, I'm gonna use the free version where I get a month free on the gold level. If they change their rules 2 or 3 weeks from now, you may have just missed out on a massive amount. Whereas if you just do the 400 down, you'll make that money back within the first couple weekends. Hopefully the first weekend, but if not the first, then the second or third. I'm not going back-to-back weekends losing. And in college football, for example, we've had like 12 weeks if you count week 0, which we do, and I've only had 2 losing Saturdays of 12. And then Skywalker just made 92 units on the Saturday, this last Saturday. So that's why I push towards that. But if you don't have the bankroll, if your bankroll is not even 400, obviously just do the free option. But I also will say, and I'm going to make a video on this for sure, but my wife started the season with $100. She got it matched when she put it into the app, and she got 200 to start with. And she right now has $5,200 in her Prize Picks account. And as I mentioned earlier, she tried to join Underdog last week, and she couldn't even join because her last name and her info is the same as mine. But $100 in, she's up to $5,200, and we're going into week 9 or 10 or whatever. So we still got the whole second half of the season in the playoffs. So hopefully she can get that up to over 10 grand by the end of it.
Happy wife, happy life, brother.
Yeah, that's what's cool too, is like a lot of people tell me like their wife or their girlfriend doesn't like them watching football all Sunday. And I'm like, man, it's crazy, because my wife loves Prize Picks. And if you can get your wife or your girlfriend winning on there, I've seen a lot of female clients, and I have videos of them on my Instagram. For whatever reason, they're the ones recording the testimony videos for me. But go to my Instagram. The videos are pretty funny. It's just a couple. I think there's 2 or 3 chicks that told their story, and it looks like a scam. Honestly, if I didn't know, if I was someone else looking at it, I'd be like, bro, this chick's lying. Like she made 10 grand. Like one chick, there's this black chick that I was in the army with. She made $8,000 in a weekend. I'm like, it looks like a scam, but 100% she did. And we have the screenshots on there too, so we have proof with the videos. But those videos are pretty dope to watch on my Instagram right now.
Changing lives, dude. That's what it's all about. And people think that we're just playing when we say, we're actually here to help people. That's why I only charge $14.99 for people to come join my community. I mean, that's why I'm so glad you reached out to me, bro, because we're doing the same thing. We're changing lives. We're helping people. Man, but yeah, I'll put all that in the all the links in the description down below. Melissa was kind enough to put in, so if you click on Cody's link there in the comments, his YouTube channel, you can just go there right now and just click on it right now. And his Instagram, go follow him on Instagram. But we're ramped up for this weekend, bro. I've never met someone. You're the first person I've met that has ever been banned. And it's not banned. When he says banned, he doesn't mean for doing shady stuff. He's banned because he won too much money. Is that correct?
Yep, exactly. And I mean, you're going to be banned soon too if you're not careful, bro. So, but the good thing is you're doing this on, you never even used Underdog before.
Nope.
So fuck it, man. Make 20, 30 grand and they'll ban you, whatever. Now you got more ammo for Prize Picks. You got ammo for a while.
Oh yeah, for a long while, bro.
Yeah, because I mean, you're doing your method. Your money management a lot less aggressive than that. But I told you, they're gonna limit you quick. So go heavy, because if you were to have done $10 or $20 on all those plays, yeah, you would have probably made $1,000 or $1,500. But then they limit you, and you're like, damn, I could have done more. So by this point in the year, I know, like, go all in on these plays, because you're going to get limited on Monday. So you might as well hit them really hard. But yeah, you could show them. I mean, we're locked and loaded. I don't know if you showed them already, but if you show them what we have, what you have in your account that you already locked in for next week. I forget how much you put down, but you put quite a bit down. You have so much house money. If you go to I don't even know. I haven't used their site personally. So yeah, you can see, and you don't have to open them. They can go to my link and get those. You'll get all of those for free if you use promo code Skywalker. You get those instantly. You can lock them in with us. But yeah, we're locked in. You're locked and loaded. So if any of those win, what's your account balance right now? I can't see it. I'm on my phone.
$10,500. That's with everything locked and loaded here. That's with already what is that? Oh, a lot, almost about 3,000 in locked and loaded. And this is all church. This is all the house money too. So
yep. So even if nothing hit, you had $2,600 going into last weekend. So you're still up massively. So it's fun, man. It's fun to win. One question I'm curious about you, man, is I know you've been at this for a while on YouTube as well. When were you able to go full time? How long ago did you go full time? And then have you tried to convince any of your friends to get into this, making content on Prize Picks? Because I try to get a lot of people in. I tell my brother and stuff dude, you need to make videos. But I'm curious if you've ever gotten anyone to make content.
I got into this. I've been doing this since 2016. I was doing loss prevention at the time, working in East San Jose, getting in literally fighting every single day of my life because I was arresting shoplifters, and I was back when you were allowed to do those type of things. So it was a fight every day.
That's crazy.
Right? I got some story. I can go all night about stories from that place. And then I hooked up with DFS Space, and we're just like, you know what? Nobody's done this. Let's create a community, a Discord, where we can bring your members and my members. That way everybody benefits. And let's start a Discord. We did it. It ended up taking off because we win consistently. That's the key. You can't just open a Discord and lose and lose and lose. People are going to leave it. People are going to say bye. And that's been since I think 2017. But for me to able to do it for a living, I'd say 2019 probably is my best guess. We were riding so high, brother. And then and then all the sports stopped. It's always something. It's always some type of obstacle the good Lord up there throws in front of me. And I was doing horse racing. I was, and then when UFC came back, that was the only thing going. So I got into UFC then. And now I'm interviewing UFC fighters on my channel. Now I'm friends with some of them. Miranda Maverick actually gave me my German Shepherd. She flew out here and spent the weekend with my wife and I. But as far as trying to get friends to do it, when you get my age, you really don't have that many because they're all married and then they're all doing their own thing. They don't like to really take risks like that. I don't want to say lazy because I was working full time and then some, plus doing the YouTube videos. You got to do the YouTube videos every night. It's a lot of work. It's not easy. I'm working, I'd say 14, 15 hours a day, just looking at picks, grinding out picks, looking at stats, looking at numbers. It's better than working for the man. I will always say that. I've been a rich man. I've been a poor man. I choose rich every time. I've worked for the man. I have not worked for the man. I choose not to work for the man every time.
Yeah, and it's
you can agree on that, bro.
It's dope too, man, because it's even better than being a business owner, because if you own a real business, yeah, you're working for yourself, but you have to manage employees, hire and fire people, all this stuff. As a content creator, it's just so sick because it's for you and me, my sister is my one employee, but there's really no stress or no drama. It's just, do your research, get on camera, share your picks, and it's low stress and it's a ton of fun. And for anyone who enjoys this stuff and wants to make content, that's one thing that I want to focus on going forward, is just ramping up my coaching program somehow and teaching people how to make content on this, because these apps have such big budgets to pay content creators. So just helping people become content creators, or if you're making content already, help you work the prize picks and underdog content into your content to make a living. That's when it can be really insane.
Well, there you go. I mean, if y'all have ever thought about starting your own YouTube, your own Discord, your own, your own DFS hustle, Cody's got something for you guys. He's gonna start a coaching program, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah, and I did it last summer, but I'm gonna structure it a little different. I'm gonna make it cheaper, and basically gonna take the one-on-one out of it more. Where these guys were paying me $5,000 in the summer, and then they would get access to my phone number, call me, and all that. This is gonna be a course, just the coursework. I just need to download it and re-upload it to another platform, and then I'm going to throw it up for much more affordable price. And then from there, once people have a following and a community built, then I'll offer one-on-one access to them. So it's going to be a different way of funneling clients to where, hey, course videos, build your following, and then we'll work one-on-one. Because what happened was, like you just mentioned, it is a lot of work. So you need to fucking love this stuff or it's not going to work. Because you got to be doing it every day. Like, you don't miss a day, I'm pretty sure. I work 365 days a year. Now, I would say I don't work as many hours as you just mentioned, but I don't take a day off, right? I'm constantly in touch with my following. But it does not feel like work to me. So if you're somebody who loves this stuff, the way the economy is now and cost of living with inflation, it's like, it sucks for people that work jobs. Like, America was fun and it was good working a job in the 90s or 2000s, even like 10 years ago. But if you're working a 9 to 5 now, man, even if you're making $200,000 a year, you're living month to month in a lot of places. And yeah, it's probably worth trying to start a YouTube channel at least, or start a TikTok or Instagram. That 18-year-olds, it's Fantasy Football Rocket. And I'm gonna drop that interview on my YouTube channel tomorrow. But he is 18 and he does it all from Instagram is the main thing. So it's fun.
Dude, I gotta show you guys. So this is the car. This is the purchase that Cody just bought.
I'm gonna try to get you one of those soon too.
I'm always talking about right here. Feast your eyes on that bad boy.
Man, that's a crazy photo for me to see even. It's nuts, bro.
What is it like, bro? Tell us. What's it like to own a freaking Lambo, dude?
Yeah, so I'll tell you guys the story of this. It's actually pretty insane. So there's a guy named Raz, and his username is Razak Locks. So RAZZAQ Locks on Instagram. You can pull him up maybe even too. If you're on Instagram, Raz. And my real favorite car is that van. If you scroll up, you can scroll up a little, see that van right there is my real favorite. And I did van life, and I placed a bet in a lot of the MLB stadiums in 2021 summer.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty dope. It's called Van Life Gambling, and it was a sick page. But now I do sports betting education, all in on that. But anyways, Raz, if you type in Raz into Instagram, you might be able to pull him up. RAZZAQ, and then Locks. So Razak Locks, there he is. So this kid Raz, man, he was a YouTuber and he was a client of mine, and he bought my picks. And he kind of saw what I was doing, and he's an entrepreneur himself. He's a hustler, and he was a beast at YouTube. He had like 500,000 followers, just doing viral stuff on YouTube as a high schooler. I think he was 19 or 20 when he met me, and I showed him everything I was doing. I told him how much money I was making, and man, he has taken this to such high levels. He's the #1 affiliate for Prize Picks, and basically all of his videos are viral videos that get people to join Prize Picks. And the numbers he's done is just insane. But ultimately, he was doing like 20 to 30 grand a month. He bought the Lambo. The Lambo just blew it up to 10x what he was doing before. So when I saw that, I was like, I'm an idiot if I don't get a Lambo. because it'll help me do higher numbers. They hold their value. You know, Lambos, you pay 300 grand for it. It might be worth even more in a couple of years than what you pay for it with inflation and stuff too. So I'm like, look, I'm going to buy it, use it for content, use it to network with other entrepreneurs, which that has helped me get into conversations, get into the room with people that I wouldn't have if I wasn't driving the Lambo. And it's been such a weapon for me. And I grew up, man. I grew up not like dirt poor, but we were low, you know, we were middle class, and there's a lot of people with more money than me. And it definitely put a chip on my shoulder growing up that way at the high school I went to, where I basically lived in the poorest neighborhood of the high school boundary. So there's a lot of rich kids there, and it put a chip on my shoulder. But I always drove a beat up Honda, like an old Honda. And I was like, dude, it starts when I turn the key most of the time, more times than not. And it gets me from point A to B. So my big purchase on a car was a Toyota Camry, a used Camry. And it was the cheapest Camry that we could find that had like under 30,000 miles. And we were pumped for that. We were just excited for that. So I never even knew what I mean, I'd heard of Lambos, but I didn't really know what they were or how much they cost or anything about cars. But now I know a little bit more about it. All I know is like it helps you. So it is dope to have it, and it sets the tone for me, man. Like when I see it in my garage, I just know, like, you know, I want to win and I want to keep dominating. And you don't get one of those cars unless you're dominating. Like you're not. That thing was $300,000, and sometimes people talk crap about leasing Lambos and stuff. Of course, you can get one on Turo for a day, but even if you're leasing Lambos, that Lambo would have cost $5,000 a month to lease. So anybody who's got that thing that I have, I mean, they're making a lot of money. Now, you don't know how they're making money. It might be unethical and stuff, but you can't get that without a lot of money ultimately. So it is a good accomplishment for me, and I'm definitely proud of being able to be in that club, owning one.
All right, so I gotta ask. So let's have a little fun now. So I did watch. What was the name of the reality show you were on MTV?
Yeah, Stranded with $1 million. Stranded with $1 million. And the picture you got behind us, man, that was a picture taken in Fiji when I got on the show. And you know, it's kind of a weird photo, but they told me like, hey, you can't smile. You just have to look like that. And so it's whatever. But it's just dope because that picture was taken like a day before we started. And I was 22 years old in Fiji. And I was like, man, I don't know what the show is because it's season 1, but I'm going to do everything I freaking can to win the show. And it's going to be an accomplishment. It still is. And it's always going to be an accomplishment. I look back on that. It was just big time for me in my journey in life because my parents, you know, they were kind of like not against it, but they're like, what the heck are you doing? And it's hard, man, when you're close to your parents. You know, I had 2 great parents that were married and raised me, and I was very close. And when they didn't approve of something, it's hard to go against your parents when you're young. So for me to like not let them slow me down and have this goal going on TV is just a big moment. So that's a pretty cool picture you pulled up.
Yeah, I got that from you have an IMB.
Yeah. So that's how I got my blue check on TikTok, man, was that IMBD and getting on the TV show. It gave me credentials, and TikTok's the only platform where you can't buy a blue check now. So at first they were the only ones that verified me, and I was like, man, I wish I had it on Instagram. But now you can just buy it on Instagram. So I bought mine on Instagram, but on TikTok, it's pretty dope to have. So that IMBD, it came in handy.
Well, not only did Cody go on the show, he won the show. He ran that island, and I saw what he was doing, and it just so reminded me of me when I was your age, bro. My mentality, the way I would have handled it. And it was a great show, and I'm normally not into those reality shows like that, but I bought it. I was dialed in, and yeah, man, it was entertaining, and I'm glad you came out on top the way you did. You did it the right way. But gosh, it was so entertaining, man.
Yeah, it was 40 days. As soon as I heard the rules were, we're giving you $1 million. You're going to try to get to the end with as much of it as possible. And whoever makes it to the end splits whatever money is left over. So as soon as I heard those rules, I was like, you can't vote me out. There's no way to send me home other than me quitting, and I'm not going to quit. So as soon as I heard the rules, I was probably the only person out there that knew I got a payday coming in 40 days. So I was 22. I probably had like $800 in my bank account, man. Maybe like between 800 and 1500, right? Just doing Uber Eats, doing Favor in San Antonio back then. It was like what Uber Eats is today. And a job on campus making $9 an hour. So I knew like I'm going to get over 100K here probably. And I was trying to get like 400. I wanted 400,000. That was my goal. Ended up making 124, losing about a third of it to taxes, but 80 grand in 2017 for a 22-year-old was big time. My wife and I, we used it to get our first house and also get her engagement ring. So it was good times, man. And like, honestly, we've talked about money so much this whole show, and that's what it's all about. Like, we're trying to make money on Prize Picks, right? Like, and the TV show, trying to make money. But ultimately, I've reached financial freedom right now, and I don't really stress about things like I used to. Like, I can get Starbucks or food, and I don't even think about the impact that it's having on my bank account. But at the end of the day, like, it doesn't even matter. And it does to get to that point. But once you're at that point, you realize how important your health is and your family and your relationships. And something that is a big part of my journey is I was selling door to door, tore my Achilles, couldn't go out that summer. And then that's when I focused all my attention on this and blew it up. But during that time when I tore my Achilles, my mom actually had gotten cancer, and then she got cancer. It was bad. It was pancreatic cancer, which is like a 99% rate of passing away, like a 1% survival rate. And I actually tore my Achilles. Fortunately, allowed me to spend a lot more time with my mom than I would have if I didn't. And I was out selling door to door. But I blew this thing up like right before she passed away. And it's pretty crazy because it's like, it would be so fun if she was here and we had this financial freedom, because she worked, until she passed away. But like, losing someone like that, and depending on who's watching, like, some people have had death impact them where they lost someone close to them, and some people haven't. Of course, you hope that you don't for as long as you can. But once you lose someone like that close to you, really, like, none of this, we're just blessed, man, to be able to have fun on Prize Picks. Like the fact that we're freaking out over a guy dropping a pass, like, we're living a good life at the end of the day. Like, come on, man. Like, Tank Dell, that motherfucker, dude. That ball hit him right in the face. But it's like, if this is my biggest problem today, is an NFL player dropping a pass, it's like, look, we're living a good life, So I kind of want to say that too, because I'm like, man, money, it's always money with me. But
right.
There's bigger things at the end of the day too.
Yeah, that's what we have in common too. I also lost my mom in 2006 of cancer. Got the diagnosis. I got to spend the time with her, the 8 months that she had left after she was diagnosed. Lost my brother, and I always preach it in my videos, guys. You can have all the money in the world, but you can't put money on your health, having loved ones around in your life, friendships. Like, you got to open your eyes every once in a while and realize what God has given us. Life, just another day above ground. I say it every video, is truly a blessing. And, you got to sit back sometimes and smell the roses and realize that's what it's all about. The money's nice, like Cody says, but at the end of the day, man, you got to think and count your blessings and just be happy. Because some people are right now are going through some really worse things than you are. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, no doubt. And like, even though it might sound kind of dumb, it's like, we also should be grateful that we have Prize Picks, because Prize Picks is super new. Like, man, I would have loved to have this when I was in college, my whole life. And it's only been around a few years, and the level that Prize Picks is on now with all the promos they run and all that, it's like, it's just a fun life, man. And I say that because I know everyone watching this video is big into it like we are. And it probably would sound dumb to somebody who's not on Prize Pigs, but like for real, I'm glad that that is an actual app that you can download on your phone and make any night entertaining as hell. Even if you put $5 down, you've got a game to watch, and it's like gonna be insane. $5, and you might win money, but worst case, you lose $5. You have entertainment for hours too.
Yeah, especially now. I mean, wintertime, weather's, I'm friends, like I wanted to start a fishing channel. Like I love fishing, that's my thing.
Yeah.
But in the wintertime I'm stuck in the house. I'm not going out there in this weather. So what am I
Yeah.
gonna do? I want to play Prize Picks and have some fun while I'm stuck inside, Yeah, shout out to Buggy. If you guys have any questions, throw them in the comments and we'll ask Cody. You guys, thank you so much for all the comments, for y'all coming in. Hit that like button, and yeah, after the show I'll put the links down below. But if you want them right now, just head over to the Cody's YouTube. Melissa was kind enough, and shout out to Melissa for helping out in the chat. All you gotta do is click the link in the comments there. This one, it'll take you right to his YouTube channel right now. So shout out to Melissa. Thank you so much for doing that. And his Instagram right here. You want to see how about that life, bro. You know who you remind me of is one of my idols. And you're still a kid. To me, you're still a kid. Is I'll give you a clue. One of my favorite movies of all time, dude, is Wolf of Wall Street, bro. You're Jordan freaking Belfort without the drugs.
Man, that's funny. Yeah, that's a legendary movie. And I got into the door-to-door game, selling door-to-door, really because I follow guys like him on social media, and I listen to podcasts and I try to learn from other people as much as I can. And anyways, I noticed a pattern. All these guys had sold door-to-door in their 20s. And I was like, dude, I do not want to do that. Like, that sounds like the worst fucking thing I want to do, is go up to a stranger's door and try to sell them stuff. And anyways, man, I decided to just push myself out of my comfort zone, because I was like, when I'm gone, when I'm old, I won't regret having done that. I know that. I know it'll make me a better man and a better person. So I was like, dude, I got to do it. And I met a lot of good people, a lot of good, I'm really good friends with a lot of the managers I was with. Of course, I went on to end up doing this, but it's funny you say that, because I'm glad that I got that experience and I got to kind of master door-to-door sales, and of course I never, scammed anyone like he was. And of course, and it seems that he's learned from it, and his content nowadays is really good. But that's funny you say that, man, because I definitely share the same entrepreneur DNA, where I'm just a hustler. That's a guy that you could take money away from him 100 times and he'll become a millionaire 100 out of 100 times.
Yep.
And I have that same confidence with just my financial skills and drive and stuff. And I have realized I do credit my DNA to that as well, because I know that I'm wired different than people. And that's something that I've had to realize the last year or so. That's been something that I've kind of tried to be aware of, because what would happen was I would find a way to make a lot of money, and I would try to share it with others, and they wouldn't do it, or they'd fail, or they wouldn't even try. And I'd get so frustrated. I'm like, bro, why aren't you doing this? I just showed you how to do this. But what I've realized is I'm just wired different. So I'm thankful that I was born the way I was, I guess. But it's cool to teach others, and I try to teach others as much as I can. But at the end of the day, I really did get lucky just being wired the way I am.
Yeah, bro. I mean, that's what I meant. I didn't, I meant his drive, the way how, you can put him back in the gutter and he's just going to rise back up again. You had it at 22. You go watch that reality show. You had it then, dude. Like I have it. That was the first thing I noticed when first time I saw your video was, look at this guy. He sounds like me. He's even got freaking sunglasses on. I used to wear sunglasses in every video just to piss people off. I'm wearing sunglasses indoors, man.
It's crazy, bro. It gets you more comments. It's dumb, but the story behind that, though, is I got glasses about a year and a half ago, and as soon as I got those glasses, I was like, "Holy cow! I have probably needed glasses for like 15 years." And I was like, "Bro, is everybody can see this clear? Like, what the fuck?" I was like, "I needed these when I played baseball, man. This is crazy." And I had one pair of glasses and then one pair of Oakley sunglasses that are prescription, and I accidentally freaking stepped on my regular pair of glasses. And I just haven't ordered I just haven't ordered new glasses. So I wear those sunglasses like it's like raining and cloudy and I'm like wearing sunglasses. I'm like, man, I need to order those. My wife will help me order those soon. But that's why I wear the glasses. And then people like it though. People have commented and they kind of like it. So I'm like, you know what, dude, I'll wear it because it helps me read the screen when I'm talking about the players, and it's cool now. So I just roll with it.
Oh yeah, man. That's why I did it. Not to piss everyone off, but I was trying to build a character. I did a character for like a stretch of 3 weeks because people kept asking me to do it. So I did it, and it was fun. I like to have fun on my channel. Factory Lace wants to know, what was Cody's sweatiest bet ever, bro? Do you have one particular one where we don't like to use the word bet, but what's the sweatiest flip
dude,
had,
it feels like every weekend, I swear, every weekend, I'm like, dude, that is one I will never forget. And I always forget because there's just crazy stuff every weekend. But I'll do 2 stories real quick, actually. So the first weekend that I really pushed a family member and friends, like, I was like, you have to get on this. I talked one of my friends, my dad's friend actually, into putting like $2,000 into Underdog Fantasy. And I was like, dude, you have to do it. And of course it's stressful because I'm like, I just talked this guy into putting $2,000 in here. And I made my whole list out of picks. And I don't know how it happened, but he accidentally bet on the same play twice. And it was 3 players and 2 players. And I sent it out to VIP, and I sent out the same play twice. So we're basically going into this game. The first 3 hit. The second 2 are Spencer Rattler and Xavier Legette. And we're basically like, damn, the whole Friday night we had built out all these plays, dude. The same thing that I gave you, really, same type of format. And it was the first weekend that I did this approach where it's 20 plays, 30 plays. There's like a ton of plays, maybe over 30 plays. And it all comes down to this one game that we have double dipped. And it's 20 units, but double dipped. So it's 40 units. And I'm like, dang, man, I had a lot of people on that week pass too. I had a lot of momentum built. And I had real people that I'm family with and a friend had a lot of money down. And we were watching at my dad's house. So I was in town because I live in a different city than my dad now. And we were all over. And we were like, Xavier Legette, we need this guy to get 70 or like 80 yards, whatever. First quarter, he gets a 75-yard touchdown reception right out the gates. And we're like, bro, there's no way we're losing this now. We were so happy. And we get through the first half, and it was one of those plays where you're like, dude, unless they get hurt, we're hitting this. First play of the third quarter, he goes for another 75-yard touchdown. So he had a 75-yarder and an 83-yarder in the same game. So you can look up his game log and probably find the game that he had like 200 yards. That was the game where I had everything on him. Accidentally, kind of, too. I meant to put money on him, but not like double. So that was probably the weekend that kid turned 200 into 10 grand that Saturday. So that was crazy. That's an all-time, man. I need to order an Xavier Legette jersey because he has came through for me like 4 different times this season. Take Spencer Rattler, Xavier Legette as often as you can on Prize Picks. Pair them up as a duo and put them into your entries because those 2 have been money for us all year. And then I want to say one more story that was insane. I was like,
that answers your question right there. He just told you. Go ahead,
yeah,
Cody.
yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Quarterback receiver do it. Now the thing is, on Underdog, you can't do that anymore. You can't pair quarterback receivers together because I won so much money. They changed the rules. but we still have techniques we're going to use to exploit them. Get the VIP. The second story is pretty nuts, bro. It was a 3-man entry on Underdog, and we had hit 2 of the 3. We needed Sam Hartman, the quarterback of Notre Dame, to get 15 more yards. They're down like 14 points. They're about to score a touchdown. They're on the 10-yard line. We need 14 yards. So we need an offensive penalty because if he throws a touchdown, that's only 10. So he throws a touchdown. We're like, damn, bro. There's like 20 seconds left. They have no timeouts. And 5 minutes before that, my dad's same friend actually was watching this one with me too. Because he's my realtor and he was in town. That's crazy. He was at both. I need to watch more games with my friend, or my dad's friend, because both stories I was with him randomly enough. And he was telling me before, he's like, man, when I was younger, I used to always. He moved to Vegas after high school, and he's like, I used to always bet on Notre Dame, And I'm like, why? And he's like, because the luck of the Irish, dude. I mean, it was dumb, but I was just like, I would always throw them in my parlays. Notre Dame, the luck of the Irish. And that was about 5-10 minutes before this. Notre Dame recovers a fucking onside kick.
Oh.
And Sam Hartman had been playing like shit all night, dude. And we're like, dude, get these yards. They're right there for you. We get an onside kick. He comes out. We're like, dude. We were jumping up and down. We were like, dude, we need one fucking completion, dude. One completion. He goes out there, horrible pass, incomplete, whatever. Then he gets it with like 15 seconds left, right? And we go crazy. And we're going crazy in like my home sportsbook room where we have all the TVs. And the funniest thing, the next play, he threw an interception. So we're like, dude, this motherfucker has sucked. And he had a horrible game that game. But we're like, he has been terrible all night. And we get so lucky to get an onside kick. He hits our play. And then he throws an interception. And we're like, bro, thank God he had that completion before the interception. But that was just an awesome moment. And we've had a lot of crazy stuff happen this year. But those are 2 stories that, like, hopefully I'll never forget them. But crazy stuff happens every weekend. But those are 2 really good memories for me, man. And that's what it's all about, too. It's like memories like that. People that don't play Prize Picks and they're not on these apps, they'll never have those memories. And yes, dude, the losses suck and we have highs and lows. Yep. But that's what life's about, experiencing emotions. And these people that aren't on these apps, like, they're missing out so much on life.
Daniel wants to know, is there specific players / teams you love betting over under on? Is there specific ones you target, or is it just go by week?
Yeah, man. Obviously, the matchups play into it. The weather. There's a lot of stuff, right? The defenses that they're playing. But in college, I would definitely say Oregon, right? Troy Franklin, Bo Nix have been money. Spencer Rattler, Xavier Legette. If I'm giving like awards out for this season, Legette's got to be. Legette is the MVP. But Oregon and South Carolina, and that's random because South Carolina's team is not good, so most people wouldn't know about Legette. And then my favorite, of course, is Washington, UW, Michael Penix, Roma Odunze. And my favorite player is injured right now, Jalen McMillan. And I'm praying he comes back, man, because another crazy story I should mention here. I took 50 grand cash, put it in a backpack, flew to Vegas, and I was trying to put 50 grand to win $1 million on Washington to win it all this year. So I've been riding the Huskies all year. And they're undefeated right now. They're 10-0. They've got some tough games ahead of them. But I love Washington. And as long as they get through these next 2 games, the last 3 games of the season, Pac-12 championship, and then college football playoff game 1 and championship, like those are all indoors with no weather. And if you get Michael Penix indoors with no weather, he will throw that football around like those. He throws the ball like those fucking Nerf footballs that you can throw like 100 yards. That's how this guy throws, dude, if you guys have watched him. And I'm really excited. So as long as Washington wins these next 2 games, I'm going to go to Vegas and go to the Pac-12 championship. And Penix is probably one of my favorites. So Washington, Oregon play each other in the Pac-12 championship, assuming they both win these next couple weeks. So that game is going to be freaking insane. Washington, Oregon, and South Carolina. Those got to be my top 3. Maryland's pretty solid too, usually. Although we missed barely on Maryland. Maryland's pretty solid, and of course, Brock Bowers at Georgia is another one, but he's got a knee injury. Georgia's very, very good. Brock Bowers and their quarterback back.
Yeah, my favorite personal story. Oh, I need a drink. Of yours was that I cannot believe you flew to freaking Vegas just to place a bet, and then they had to get permission from the freaking boss upstairs to even take your bet, bro.
Yeah, dude, it was a lot of work for nothing. And honestly, man, I've been jumping over hurdles a lot this year. Between getting banned, everybody's against me this year. But yeah, so getting cash out of the bank is a hassle, which is weird.
Yeah.
Most people have never done it, and I hadn't done it until recently. But you go into a bank, you think they have cash, but most banks don't have 50 grand cash. A lot of them pretend they don't, but they really do. They're just making sure you're not robbing them. But a lot of times a bank will be like, hey, we don't have that cash here at this location. And I've pulled cash out for content. Like I'll pull it out, make videos, put it back. I haven't done that lately, but I've done that in the past. Anyways, I got the 50 grand cash, which was a hassle. Getting it through security at the airport, they gave me a hard time there a little bit. I had to go do some extra stuff. I get to Vegas, get to MGM, 20-1 odds. They're like, hey, we just got to get approved. They call. They're like, hey, we will only take $1,000 on this play. So let me see if I have it, man. Where's that ticket, bro? That ticket's somewhere around my house. I should have it. Oh, here we go. I got it.
Framed, bro.
I got it under the scratch-offs, actually. I've got some lotto tickets. Right there, man. I have a picture of it. I need to make a vlog video out of this, too. But there it is, boys. 1,000 to win 20. I got them at 20-1 or 20-1 odds. But then here's where it gets crazy. They say I'll take $1,000 on the 20-1, and then they move the line to 16-1. So they moved the line. I don't know why they did it, but I opened a new account because I'm from Texas. So I got out there. So they may have thought like maybe I was running money for somebody who's really smart. Obviously, I'm the smart guy, but they may have thought that like, why would this guy come here, put 50K down? So they moved the odds. So I'm like, yeah, fuck that. I'm not going to get 16-1. So I called up this chick at DraftKings because I had been in Philly a few weeks before that, and I threw down a parlay, like just a degenerate fun parlay that lost in Philly. And they had hit me up. So when you lose, they treat you really well. When you win, they treat you very poorly. So I had lost in Philly, and I had this contact at DraftKings, and I hit her up. And I was like, hey, look, I'm in Vegas right now, trying to get money down on Washington. If I go home and I drive to Louisiana, where you guys are at, and I put down, 50 grand, 20 grand on this, whatever. She's like, let me verify. She goes and verifies. She said, yes, I can. So I fly home from Vegas. Imagine that. You flying around for no reason. It's just a hassle. Not for a vacation, but you fail your mission in Vegas, come home. And then you have to drive to Louisiana the next day to lock a play in. It's like, what the fuck? What world are we living in, man? What type of country is this with all these laws and rules and stuff? But yeah, I got 20,000 down to win 380 on DraftKings. And then I have 1,000 to win 20 on BetMGM in Vegas. So I guess I'm going to have to go to Louisiana to get 380, to Vegas to win 20. Michael Penix, man. Win that championship for me, man. Win that championship. Let's go, baby. I love Washington. That's my favorite team this year, though. That's who I'm riding with. So I'll win 400 grand. I wanted to win $1 million, which would have been insane, dude. Like they had it in the system. and I was looking at $1 million payout. And then it all got destroyed. But 400 grand obviously would be fucking insane. I mean, that would be much more money than I've ever made sports betting if that hit.
Well, Cody, man, I appreciate you coming on, brother. The chat's gone crazy. This is the craziest chat I've had. That includes UFC fighters on here. The floor is yours. Anybody you want to shout out, including yourself, where can they find you? For the people that tuned in late, how can they take advantage of all this free stuff that you're putting out, or just how, everything? The floor is yours, brother.
Yeah, so I've shifted to the same formula you have, really, man. Just a free pick on YouTube almost every day. Some days I don't hit, but I'm putting up a video probably 5 or 6 times a week on the Sports Betting Education YouTube channel. And then if you want to try my VIP gold level for free, use promo code Skywalker, gets you a free month. Those plays will be text directly to your phone. When I upload the screenshot, it goes straight to your phone over text. And then if you want platinum level VIP, which is how Skywalker ran up, from 2,600 to 15,000 this weekend in 2 days, which is insane to make over 10 grand in 2 days, just copying my plays. That is normally $2,000. We're bringing that price down for you guys with promo code Skywalker. We're bringing it down from 2 grand down to 400. Gets you all access to all plays from now until the Super Bowl. So you'll make that 400 back easily. But that also is going to be over my YouTube channel. You just go to my most recent video, click the description box, and you'll find it. Just don't forget promo code Skywalker. It's going to save you a shitload of money.
That's what's up, man. Again, I really appreciate you coming on. It's always I always want to pick other people's brains that do this for a living besides myself. Nobody else does what Cody and I does. They're all in it for themselves. They don't, not all the YouTubers, but a lot of them, they don't even recap their picks. They're not transparent. There's no way in hell they'll bring another YouTuber on their show. I'm going to go on his channel too. So it's been an honor and a pleasure, young man. I see nothing but Rolls Royces, Lamborghini,
Rolls Royces in your future, man. On the fucking hilarious.
That's the part of town. I'm talking, I'm talking Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, limousine riding, jet flying, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing. Cody Dunlap, that is your future, my friend. That's what I see you. You keep that drive. You keep that passion, bro. You're going to go places, and you're going to take people with you. So I really appreciate you coming on. Chat, I appreciate you. And if you're watching the replay, I'm going to leave. Cody's going to send me everything to put in the description. All the links, everything. I'm going to put it in the description down below. Go take advantage. It's free, guys. It's free. Go try it out. I did it. You guys know I don't freaking lie on here. I show everything. Go do yourself a favor. Go check out Sports Betting Education. Go check out Cody on there. He's personable. He'll talk to you one-on-one. Take advantage, guys. And most importantly, God bless you all. Thank you so much. God bless you, Cody, you and your family for just spending some time with me on my channel, shooting the shit, talking about the stuff we love to do. And that's it. Anything else you wanted to say, Cody?
That's it, man. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate you having me on, man.
Anytime, brother. We'll do it again. Y'all take care.